Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and I know it's only been a couple of days since I posted a video, but I wanted to give you a quick update this afternoon on the Proton, the 1.3 GE that we picked up a few days ago. And the original video was a walk around of how she looked when we picked her up, and the overall condition and the belongings and bits and pieces. Everything really, as found the morning after, if that makes sense. So I've had a couple of days working on this. It's not been non-stop, it's been on and off. I've been doing other bits and pieces, but I've been having an hour at it here and there, and just thought I would go through now at this stage where we're at. So as you can see, we've moved around to sort of the back garden now, which is where I'm doing my work. And overall looking quite good so far. So let's just go through things that we've done. So she's had a wash, she's had a dry obviously. There was a leak in the boot after a wash, so I need to get that sorted. The water comes in through the lights, the seals on those basically give in, and water gets into the boot. So we vacuumed all that out with the Karcher wet and dry, and now slowly giving it a good old clean and polish. Now, it was really difficult to see in the video, but the paintwork was swirled to high heaven. Every single panel was swirl marks, and I'm guessing that's just because it's not been cleaned or polished correctly in its lifetime. So I started out with a test panel. My test panel was the bonnet, and as you can see, after sort of the first pass, it's nice and clean now, and that is literally just a first pass with a DA machine polisher. That's not a scratch, it's a dog hair. I have noticed there is a slight ripple in the bonnet here, as we discussed, but actually it's not as bad as I expected. So this bonnet has been cleaned and polished. Again, one pass over with the dual action polisher with Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. That's taken all the road film off and all the dirt and dust and debris and bits and pieces. It actually didn't need clay barring. A lot of people asked me yesterday, has it been clay barred? No is the answer. We didn't need it. So Meguiar's on there, followed by Autoglim super resin polish, and then the paint has been sealed with Scott's paint sealant, professional stuff. There's loads of other bits and pieces that I've done. You will see that I have removed the door protectors, which is also giving me this drama. So John had glued these onto here. This glue is really thick. I can't scratch it off because it will just pull the paint off underneath due to the age. So I've actually decided that I'm going to put period correct door protectors back on, but obviously not ones that are all cracked and faded, and I certainly won't be gluing them on. So I've not really done much to this side of the car yet. I've done the back and the driver's side. So again, I've been round and I've had a look at everything. I've given the boot lid a machine polish. The badges have been cleaned, tidied up. No paint. I've not needed to paint those. They are as found. But the boot lid now is looking quite nice, and it's nice and smooth. There is a dent in the boot lid here, which has been touched up at some point, but it's all part of the car's history, isn't it? So I keep putting my dirty fingers on the paint now. Silly sausage. But yeah, the back's looking quite good. I've done little tiny things such as replace the yellow number plate clips with nice new ones. They were all faded and cracked, and one was missing on the front. And a general overall tidy up. This panel, you could see in the other video, had a scratch in it. It was quite a nasty scratch. There is still that dent there. I can't get in to push it out. It's behind the moulding of the panel, so I'm going to have to drill a little hole to get in there. But this panel that was scratched is now no longer scratched, and you can see a nice reflection in there. That was done with the machine polisher. Just a quick pass. Didn't take long. I didn't need to put much pressure on there because the lacquer on these is very, very thin. We've looked at this door, I've done the glass. Looked at the side strips, given them a bit of a clean. I have cleaned door handles. And that is pretty much it for the outside of the car, apart from this bit, which I'm going to leave right until the end. Again, Mr. Man has glued these on. I've tried soaking them in acetone. I've tried soaking them in PVC cleaner. I don't want to burn the lacquer through because it is quite thin. So again, I'm just going to leave it. I am going to just keep coming back to it, giving it a little touch every now and again. I'll eventually put just some new strips on there, period correct ones, 90s ones, which should look quite nice. Nice and clean, this door handle now. And the interior's had a quick pass. I really haven't done much to this yet. If you remember the carpet that was inside, there were 9 floor mats in the vehicle that I removed to get to the original floor mats. So there was quite a few floor mats in there. I've given the centre steering wheel button a quick clean because it was all gooey. We've given that a clean. I've obviously got the steering wheel still to do here, and it's just dirt. It's not glue or anything, it's just grime. I've tried cleaning this seat a little bit. As you can see, there's nothing I can do about this really. I could get it patched and sanded, but it takes away from the car. But it's had a good old hoover out, and I'll get the brush on there with the VF foam at some point later on, either today or tomorrow. But apart from that, inside, not really done much. I've taken all the carpet, you know, the pub floor carpet that was in the boot, just out temporarily, and then obviously you've got the nice boot panel in there, and it's actually nice and dry. I wanted to check how dry it was. I've documented this sticker and spoken to the good people at Red Wings, who say that the sticker is 25 years old, so that's about right, isn't it? About the age of the car. Make sure I haven't just locked the keys in the boot. Phew, I thought I had then for a second. Haven't even looked at the engine bay. As I say, inside not done much, just given it a tidy up, cleaned all the windows, and that's about it. Let's just have a look in the passenger side. Passenger side rear, looking good. And again, just for now, I've taken out all the bits and pieces that was in the glove box and the boot, just to keep them nice and safe while I'm doing what we're doing. Make sure that's unlocked before we lock ourselves out. Again, I've got all this to look at. This is actually dirt, and this should come off. And then what I'll do is I'll treat that with a silicone. You can remove these and leave them in silicone overnight. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to clean that up. Right, so let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is this wing. I didn't know at the time that this wing had been brush painted, so all of this wing up to the swathe line here, in the previous video you'll see has been brush painted. I knew that it had a bump because I can see on this bumper here that the plastic had been damaged, and that this plastic bumper here had been painted at some point. I didn't know what I was going to find under there. I thought it might have been rust, and that's why it had been painted, but then I looked on the inside of the arch and it's nice and clean. So I've removed now all of that brush painting that was all along here and have revealed this. It is down to bare metal at some parts. It is down to primer in other parts. There's absolutely no way that I can polish that out. I'm going to have to paint that. So this wing at some point is going to have to be painted. But apart from that, not a major issue. Oh, I've reinstalled the original RAC sticker in the front here. I've still got the tax disc to do, but from the front she's looking quite good. Again, little things, number plate holder, screw holder covers. But yeah, just thought I'd give you a quick walk round this afternoon and a quick bit of an update. Loads of things in the pipeline. My intention is to take this to the Festival of the Unexceptional 2022, which is held at Grimsthorpe Castle. As you know, or you may not know, actually I won last year with my Proton Black Knight 1.5 GL. I'm hoping this can rival that, being the base spec model, and we shall see how we get on. But yeah, thanks for everyone that's commented on the previous video so far. If you've got any questions, or if you want to know what I've been up to, or any advice or any tips and tricks, or if you've got any bits and pieces, let me know. As ever, thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe if you are a fan. I'll put updates on as and when. And hope you have a great rest of your day.